Madre mía, con el combate.
The Shelma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Soy el puto amo. Podría acostumbrarme a esto.
Finish the deed.
It's suffered enough.
The monster lies slain. The fight is done. Praised be the victors.
Forgive me. I am not as nimble as in my younger years.
You fought bravely. Thanks for your help. Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full-plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Un poquito subida de tono la duquesa.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco. Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir Delatour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me, an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times, knights face new challenges. Enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Estoy callado porque sencillamente estoy escuchando toda la historia. Me tendré que enterar y no tengo nada precisamente que comentar ahora mismo.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but
They were a team?
they were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure. Your Grace, we need to find Milton, immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses.
Vamos.
Your Grace.
Geralt, que miras. Graciosillo.
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness, I...
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward! Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Pobre hombre, se ha quedado sin su seda. Probablemente habréis visto un corte porque habré continuado grabando por el tema de... No me joda. Me acaba de crashear. Vale, habréis visto un corte ahí por la sencilla razón de que el juego habréis visto que se me ha crasheado. Así que, después de esa escena, pues volvíamos aquí a esta parte del juego. Y seguimos por aquí. Por cierto, pedir perdón porque en el capítulo número 2 y primera mitad de este episodio, porque ha pasado un día desde que empecé a grabarlo, se me aparecía el HUD del Acción arriba a la derecha y pensé que quedaba feo, así que lo disimulé un poquito poniendo el logo de Blood and Wine. Yo creo que daba un poquito el pego, pero en esta vez no va a aparecer. Ya me las he apañado un poquito para cómo voy a grabar esto. Es un poco chapucero, pero va bien. Me da eso sí, me da un poquito... Cuando algo me cuesta grabarlo, me da pereza. Pero bueno... Actualizaciones de misión. Cuando se actualice una de las misiones aparecerá una notificación en la parte izquierda de la pantalla. Si no estás siguiendo la misión actualizada, puedes pulsar R para empezar a seguirla. Y continuamos por aquí. Corre, 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 corre. Bueno, como recordaréis, yo lo recuerdo perfectamente, pero vosotros, claro, vosotros lo estáis viendo de seguida del vídeo pasado. Pero estamos volviendo al palacio donde se va a realizar la fiesta de Pascua, porque se va a disfrazar nuestro colega. Se va a disfrazar del conejito para esconderse y que todo el mundo le persiga. Eso sí, el corte este me ha durado un día y pico. Abajo del caballo. Un pez dorado y un huevo de fénix. Madre mía, lo tienen complicado, ¿no? Madre mía, madre mía, madre mía. Si es que cómo se ve todo. Si es que no me estás dando tiempo a disfrutar de estos paisajes, tía. No me dejas.
I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
Claro, para mí lo más difícil. Pez dorado.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish.
Hijo mío.
Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
A unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Tenemos toda la prisa del mundo porque van a matar a nuestro colega Hilton. Pero nos vamos a poner a hacer el juego para que así podamos saber dónde está. Es que madre mía la tontería tan grande. Una cosecha, os animo a que lo probéis. What? Allá tú. Vamos a aligerar nosotros porque la tía Henrietta, la colega, no tiene pinta de tener mucha prisa. Así que primero vamos a buscar el unicornio en el claro de los jardines del palacio. Vale, primero vamos a localizar al unicornio porque es lo que pilla más cerca. Ok. que en teoría está aquí. Cuando vaya a finales del episodio, a finalizar el episodio, voy a... Coño, si esto no está escondido, si es que está aquí. Madre mía, qué unicornio tan realista.
Perhaps an apple will work, or some sweets.
We would
O el
not
hechizo
be
de
in this
Axia.
predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey, folks. Gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Tiene el cuerno un poquito flácido, ¿no? El que me recuerda al unicornio que tienen entre él y Jennifer. Para hacer cositas. Recupera el pedra. Usa tus sentidos para encontrar una golosina para el unicornio, ¿vale? Pues vamos a usar esto. Encontrar una golosina para el unicornio. Pétalos de... ¿Pétalos de qué? No estoy seguro. Pétalos de algo. Vale, vamos a localizar algo más. Algo más, algo más, algo más. Aquí. ¿Por qué salen? Cesta de zanahoria. Objeto de misión. Ha obtenido un nuevo objeto de misión. Para usarlo, colócalo en la ranura apropiada en el panel del inventario y después selecciona en el menú el acceso rápido. Vale. Ah, vale. Es que les estoy robando. Con toda la cara del mundo les estoy robando. Por cierto, Geralt, ¿qué haces? Ah, que lo llevo en la mano. Bueno, mientras camino hacia el unicornio, voy a contaros las curiosidades que he encontrado. Bueno, yo solo encontré una, pero el juego ha tenido un par de curiosidades más. La primera de todas fue al principio de llegar a esta región. Pudimos ver a un gigante, a Goliath, romper un molino para intentar matar al bueno de Guillaume. Pues bien, eso era una clara referencia. ¡Ey, ey, ey! Le mola la zanahoria, le mola la zanahoria. ¡Ey! Si es que zanahoria es un caballo.
Easy.
Para mí.
Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback.
Me llevo el unicornio. Ahora soy más poderoso que antes, porque tengo un unicornio con cuerno flácido. Por cierto, tendría que ir por abajo y no por aquí arriba. Efectivamente, es que me indica el mapa que vaya por aquí. ¡Quita, niño! Como digo, el gigante y el molino era una clara referencia al... Lo diré, a Cervantes, al Quijote. Luego la segunda referencia del juego, que esa fue la única que yo vi, es la del hombre de la Croix, que es una clara referencia a DLC, porque sus iniciales eran DLC. Y era una clara referencia a que CD Projekt pues odia los DLC. Yo les mola más las expansiones y mira cómo de grande se las sacan. Es el pez, ¿no? Tiene que serlo. Toffee, hijo de puta, no es el pez. Detrás mío hay algo más. ¿Puede ser eso? Y la tercera referencia fue los niños que estaban en la entrada del Coliseo. Caramelo. Tampoco es. Allí hay otro. Los niños que estaban en la entrada del Coliseo que querían que le contara una historia. Y la historia, que no recuerdo ahora mismo cuál era, eran las crónicas de no sé quién. Pues eso era una referencia, creo, también a las crónicas de Riddick, a Pitch Black o el juego. No sé, el juego de las crónicas de Riddick, no sé por qué compañía está hecho. Pero a mí es que me encanta Riddick. Y el personaje también es Vin Diesel. Este es... ¡Oh! Hijo de puta. Húndele el barco, clava la espada en el barco.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
Coño, ya, ven aquí. Dios, qué nado tan falso. Córtale los brazos.
Accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavily coursed of trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
Trae, puto. Puto Geralt.
A key.
Y se la suda. Y se la suda un montón, Geralt. Geralt, hijo mío, salta. LOL, ¿hay una valla invisible ahí? Te subes al barco, Geralt, tú sabes, esas cosas, esas mecánicas raras que tienes. Coger timón y acelerar. Cuando llegue a la orilla voy a corto ya el episodio porque es que si no esto se me va a alargar. Y como digo, es que no me gusta que se me alargue algo. Y sobre todo... Pero acelera. Dime un rato aquí hablando de este tío, ¿no acelera? Y como digo, no me gusta que se me alargue mucho la cuenta y quiero comprobar que esto está bien grabado. He hecho unas mini pruebas, unos 5 segundos probantes, que se grababa bien. Y efectivamente se grababa bien. Pero como lo que estoy grabando no es el juego, sino el monitor, me da muy mal rollo de que se vea mal o algo. Pero es que es la única manera que tengo de grabarlo. Mira, Geralt, o reaccionas o reaccionas. Una de dos. Así que, gente, vamos a cortar aquí el episodio. Allí está nuestro querido amigo el unicornio. Y como siempre, espero que os haya gustado el vídeo. Por cierto, The Witcher por ahora va a estar un día sí, un día no. Y voy a pasar a Doom a todos los días. Porque como ya he terminado de grabar Doom, ya sé cuándo va a terminar. Y va a terminar antes de que salga Mirror's Edge 2. Por eso, porque es que si no, voy a tener Witcher 3, voy a tener Doom y voy a tener Mirror's Edge a la vez. Y eso no hace ninguna gracia. Así que acabaré Doom antes de que salga Mirror's Edge 1, Mirror's Edge 2. Y así estaré con Mirror's Edge y The Witcher, Mirror's Edge y The Witcher. Porque después de Mirror's Edge ya no sale ningún juego. Al menos no por ahora, o no que yo tenga programado en mi calendario de juego nuevo. Pero bueno, eso lo comprobaré yo ahora. Así que... ¡Ay, que se me cae el móvil! Así que, gente, como siempre, espero que os haya gustado el vídeo. No olvidéis votarlo si así ha sido. Y yo voy a comprobar que no haya habido ningún problema con el vídeo. ¡Adiós!